Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and we are covering the Attitude Era. We are almost done with Season 2. We have made it to November 1st, 1999. Raw is War live in Washington, D.C. on the road to Survivor Series, just a couple of weeks away in that timeline. If you want to check out earlier versions of the Attitude Era, you can check out Season 1 in the archives, and you can check out earlier episodes of Season 2 as well. But let's dive right into Raw Is War, live again for November 1st, 99 in Washington, D.C., and The Rock comes out to start the show. Rock says, at Survivor Series, I will check both Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H into the SmackDown Hotel. I'm going to take your little game, Triple H, fold it back into a box, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's I'm gonna take your little rattlesnake, tie it up in a knot, turn them both sideways, and stick it up your asses. There's been a blemish on my ass, and his name is the Road Dogg. So now we have Road Dogg taking on The Rock. And before the match would really take its course, DX come out and attack The Rock on stage. And Vince McMahon comes out and gets in Triple H's face and tells them that it won't be DX's night. So already DX is starting off the show attacking The Rock, looking to take control of the WWF. But Vince is not playing tonight here on Raw. We see the Big Show is in the doctor's room with Michael Cole, and Big Show says that when he pushed the dumpster on top of the car that had the Big Boss Man and Prince Albert in it, he didn't care. He wanted to hurt them. And while Big Show's talking, Prince Albert and the Big Boss Man toss in a stink bomb in the room, and they attack the Big Show. Bossman and Albert have been ruthless attacking the Big Show in the past couple of weeks. And I don't know when it's going to end, but it doesn't look too good for the Big Show right now. We have our second match of the night. Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boyz with Terry defeat Too Cool and the WWF Tag Team Champions, the Hollies, after Edge hits a crossbody to Scotty to Hardy to get a win. Decent match here. These are all the new tag teams that are starting to be showcased here in WWF in this part of the Attitude Era. Tori confronts X-Pac backstage, and he basically tells her that because of the fire, Kane has a little dick, which is very good to know. Now that we see Kane. Mankind and Al Snow are backstage signing Mankind's books. The Big Boss Man and Prince Albert come out with a bin of objects. Bossman says Al Snow's got a chuckle when the Big Show tried to kill them. He calls out Al and wants a match. And also, Al Snow says he's going to even the odds and introduces his partner, which is Mankind. So we have a hardcore match. Hardcore champion, the Big Boss Man and Prince Albert versus Al Snow and Mankind. Mankind and Al Snow get the win after Mankind applies Mr. Sacco on Prince Albert and slams Albert through a door. While the match is taking place, we see Val Venis backstage tossing Mankind's books in the trash, and then Val sets Mankind's books on fire. I thought we saw the end of this rivalry, but it looks like Val Venis is still going after Mankind. Not a lot to give Val Venis during this time, it looks like. So a lot of these storylines are intermingling, which is weird to see. Intercontinental Champion Chyna comes out with Miss Kitty. Chyna says Stevie Richards stole my clothes, and she's going to destroy his very white ass. Chris Jericho, you come out here crying like you got a yeast infection. You're crying because I'm better than you are. I'm a worthy champion, but I'll prove it by bitch slapping you at Survivor Series. And then Stevie Richards comes out dressed as Chris Jericho, excuse me. And Chyna beats him really quickly after nailing a low blow and a pedigree. After the match, Chris Jericho attacks Chyna from behind and applies the walls of Jericho. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out next and dares The Rock to say what he said to his face, but he thinks The Rock is too scared. And then Mr. Ass comes out for his match with Stone Cold. Austin lands a stunner on Mr. Ass, but before he can get the pin, DX runs out, but Austin's able to nail them all with chair shots. Austin stands tall over DX here tonight on Raw. Next up, Tessa Stephanie McMahon takes on Val Venis. During the match, Mankind runs out and attacks Val and chases him through the crowd. The rivalry with Mankind and Val continues. Stephanie then gets in the ring with Tess, and she says she has never loved anyone more than him. Stephanie says, Andrew, will you marry me? Tess says, of course, I love you. So Stephanie McMahon proposes to Tess, And Tess says yes. Strange happenings here in the WWF. X-Pac comes out. X-Pac says, Kane, what's your slut's name, Tori? I told her the truth about the fire, and she knows you're not much of a man. Kane then chokeslams X-Pac, and then DX attack Kane. Pretty much DX has been attacking everybody tonight. Triple H lands a pedigree, and X-Pac lands a Bronco Buster on Kane. We then get a vignette for Kurt Angle, who'll be debuting soon. Intensity, integrity, and intelligence. His three eyes. He's an Olympic gold medalist. Excited to see Kurt Angle debut. Kane tries to attack DX backstage, and then Shane McMahon gets into an argument with Triple H, which leads to a match later on. The Dudley Boyz are taking on the Headbangers next. The Headbangers wear shirts that say Dummy Boys, and Thrasher hits Bubba Ray Dudley with a DDT to get a win. After the Mean Street Posse and the Dudleys attack the Headbangers. Really nothing here, just basic action for these two tag teams. Next, Vince McMahon comes out as the guest announcer for this match. WWF Champion Triple H with DX defending the title against Shane McMahon. Vince has Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest ring announcer. Special guest commentator. Kane is the outside enforcer for this match, and The Rock is a special guest timekeeper. Vince thinks that he's going to outsmart DX and Triple H, but DX fights with the wrestlers at ringside. Vince goes to hit Triple H with the WWF title, but Vince accidentally nails Shane in the face, and Triple H hits a pedigree, and Triple H retains the title. DX outsmarts Vince McMahon again here on Raw. Vince nailing his own son with the WWF title. A lot of stuff more coming your way with SmackDown November 4th, 1999, and 2 weeks away is Survivor Series. More attitude are showing up. We've got 2000 just around the corner. So until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.